everyone, I'm Ixalan, and this is another one of my draft videos. I post a regularly scheduled one every Monday and Thursday. Been getting in a few extra ones lately, and I think I probably will be able to get in extra ones for a little bit here. I'm basically, my dissertation has been submitted to my committee. My defense is in like a month, and until then, I'm actually more free than normal. So that's kind of nice. I mean, you know, when it gets closer to my defense, I have to do a little more prep, but I have a month here where I have a little more time to draft, which I'm happy to do. But, you know, I'm not necessarily going to have time to always do extra drafts because there's other things in my life other than my, academic life. But this one will either be on a regularly scheduled Monday or it'll be on a Saturday because I managed to schedule some extra drafts. Okay, well, we have a bomb rare in this pack. One I've gotten before in one I recorded, and one that I have again, which is nice. And that is Tendershoot Dryad. It dies to everything, sure, but if they can't kill it, they lose. Golden Demise is also very strong. It's what I would take if this weren't in the pack. Although Deadeye Brawler is a nice gold card. I mean, the rest of this pack has some nice cards, but nothing else is exciting, really. So yeah, Tendershoot Dryad it is. No red-green, though. I don't believe in red-green anymore. My luck's been so bad with it. Of course, then I get a Charging Tuscadon, which I might consider. So, this pack's not great. Tuscadon might just be the best card in it. But I really do have such an aversion to red-green because of how it's gone for me. Is it enough of an aversion that I want to take like a Dusk Legion Zealot, which I think is probably the next best card in this pack, and potentially put myself in black-green, which is not the greatest color pair in most cases. But I've had better luck with black-green than with green-red. And yes, that's anecdotal, but I don't want to be red-green. I can't do it to myself anymore. I'm taking Dusk Legion Zealot. I wouldn't blame you for taking the Tuscadon there, but I've just had too many struggles. Now we could also splash this Dryad. We can end up in a deck like a blue-black deck splashing the Dryad, and that'd be fine with me too. That would be nice. I like that the Dryad only has one green mana symbol. It's one of the bombs that you can splash in your Sailor of Means style deck where you have a bunch of treasure. Yeah. Forerunner of the Empire is pretty good. Oh, gosh. There's also a Luminous Bonds and an Impale. I'm going to regret not taking that Forerunner, but yeah, I think I'm taking Impale instead. Gleaming Barrier is not bad if we think we're going to be like a deck trying to, splash all the best bombs around. But yeah, we'll take Impale. It's a good removal spell. Luminous Bonds is in the conversation too, but I like Impale. Okay, Jungleborn Pioneer is nice. Moment of Craving is nice too, though. Which do I want more? I think maybe I want the Moment. Yeah. Moment's good. So, will the Dryad, will we be playing green? I mean, we're definitely going to splash this. We're going to do everything we can to splash it. It's an insane card. But whether or not green is a primary color, I'm not sure yet. Black seems plenty open, so that's been good. So, Legion Conquistador is not bad. Dinosaur Hunter is not bad. There's also a Traveler's Amulet, which could help us splash. And a Gleaming Barrier that can do the same. The problem is I could actually be a black-green deck. It's so early that I'm not sure I want to take a card that's going to help me splash. When I could take like if I take the Conquistador, then obviously I am splashing, but I could just take a Dinosaur Hunter, who's a perfectly reasonable 2-drop. But is it enough of a reason to like keep pushing black here when I could take let's take the Amulet. I think that's the responsible thing to do when you have a Tender Shoot Dryad and green doesn't actually seem open. Of course, there's a Cherished Hatchling. So Fanatical Firebrand, Gleaming Barrier. Those are options. We may just take the Hatchling, in which case we might end up in black-green with a few dinos running around. I think we take the Hatchling. Dreadmaw, Frillback, Corsair's fine. Looking more and more like we're going to be in green because Dreadmaw and Frillback are certainly both playable. I think I'm going to grab a Dreadmaw. Okay, another Amulet. There's also a Legion Conquistador here. Dark Inquiry. I think I take the Amulet. You know, having these really sets you up to splash whatever you want. And like these two green cards that aren't Tender Shoot Dryad aren't so good that like if I see another color being absurdly open here late in this pack, that I'm not going to jump into it. There's not absurd openness here, but like Mutiny's pretty good. Divine Verdict's fine. These two, all three of the white cards are fine, but I think Mutiny's what we take here. Jadecraft Artisan, but there's also a Fathom Fleet Border, which I think I take. Black-Red Pirates with Tender Shoot Dryad. Yeah, we'll take the Gleaming Barrier. Sky Marcher is definitely the best card here, though. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take the Sky Marcher. It's a good card, and it's kind of weird to be there that late. Freebooter's fine, too. So we have a few different directions we can go. We could go black-green. We could go red-black. We could go black-white. Ooh, I haven't gotten to play this yet. Man, this pack has Ravenous Chupacabra in it. Man. I think the Immortal Sun is one of the few rares or mythics you do take over Ravenous Chupacabra. I do. It just does so much stupid stuff. The Chupacabra is great. I mean, obviously, it's an incredible card. It's sort of like if a rare or a mythic is a bomb in this set, that means you take it over the Chupacabra. And I think this is one of the cases where you do. There's not a lot, but I think this is it. I haven't gotten to play with this or against it, but it's clearly very powerful. You know, we know we're playing black, so it does hurt a little to pass a Chupacabra, but you got to take the Immortal Sun. Herd Caller. This is starting to lock me into green. There's also a Hunt the Weak and a Jungleborn Pioneer, but Herd Caller is great. So we might be black-green. This is kind of how you end up in black-green, you know, bombs and strong removal. Yeah, and we don't even really need the amulets right now. I think we take Swift Warden here. Flashing in is great. Merfolk Mistbinder is obviously really good if that's where we were, but we'll take Swift Warden. Wouldn't mind getting some Jungle Creepers here. Yeah, at this point, we don't need you. But, I mean, having the two of those does mean we can, you know, we open, I don't know, Big Bomb in the third pack, and we want to splash it, we can do it. Seafloor Oracle, huh? There's Evolving Wilds, if we still think splashing is a plan. Neither black nor green's looking great right here, so that's something to be a little concerned about. I guess we probably take Jadecraft Artisan. Could just take the Wilds to make our mana better. I mean, Artisan's solid, but I'm not overly thrilled about it. but I think it is probably what I take. Okay, probably Goat Grove Stalker here, but our colors do seem like they're getting cut now. Wouldn't mind some of the knights who reduce costs of dinosaurs now that we have a herd collar and a dreadmaw. Black, I guess, is what's really getting cut right now. Could end up not in black. Looks more likely to end up in green than black right now. But we'll see what happens here. Our best cards are green. I mean, Impale's great, but it's not Tendershoot Dryad, Immortal Sun, or Crested Herd Collar, all three of which I think are better. Ooh, there's some reason to be in black-green, though. Journey to Eternity. This is something we could splash if we were thinking about it. This isn't bad, even if you just have a few merfolk, but I think Journey to Eternity seems pretty great. It works pretty well with like Herd Collar and Artisan, where I'll get another trigger. Let's do it. There's another Forerunner, but there's also a Hardy Veteran. Merfolk-wise, we already have two. And, like, yeah, if just having, like, 2 or 3 Merfolk in your deck, actually we have 3, is worth it for the Forerunner. We've already got 3 2-drops. We're likely to pick up some more. Veteran's good. But I think I'm going to take the Forerunner here. Hunt the Weak. Yeah. I think I'd rather have that than Pitiless Plunderer. Canal Monitor for the sideboard. Ooh. Jungleborn Pioneer versus Hunt the Weak. I think I like the Pioneer a little more, like over a second Hunt the Weak anyway. Gives us another Merfolk for our Forerunner as well. Naturalize for the sideboard. I like the look of this deck. Yeah, this flipping is pretty disgusting. It's really not that hard to do. You know, it makes your opponent, it can warp the game. You know, it makes your opponent have to play differently because they're like, well, I can't really attack because you can block, and then your Journey to Eternity is going to flip, and all sorts of gross stuff's going to happen. Here we'll take a Gleaming Barrier. Probably isn't going to make the cut, but black still doesn't seem insanely open. We could easily end up in a deck splashing black for Journey to Eternity. Release to the Wind is good with several of our cards, so I think I'm actually going to take it. We can use it with Crested Herd Collar, Forerunner, Jungleborn Pioneer, Sanctum Seeker. Not really the rare I wanted to see. So we have like one good white card, 2 playable red cards, a couple Traveler's Amulets over there, and a Release to the Wind. Here, I think we probably take Vanquish the Weak. There's a Pirate's Cutlass, which is nice, and a Deep-Root Warrior as well. But we need a little more removal, I feel like. Sanctum Seeker's great if you're a vampire deck, but we're not. Even if it's your, I mean, even on its own, it's actually not that bad. It's 4 mana, 3/4 that when it attacks drains the opponent. Grazing Whiptail is not a bad thing to keep our eye on either because reach is good, but we're going to take the Vanquish here. Boneyard Parlay. That is a good little control card if we think we're a control deck. I'm not 100% sure we are. I mean, we have some high curve stuff, but it can do some gross stuff in the late game. Dark Nourishment's clunky but effective removal. Probably take a Whiptail here, though. Solly's Diviner. Ruthless Knave. Probably just the Knave, I guess. Like that more than the Interloper. Of course, there's a lurking Chupacabra, which is so good if we were actually exploring, but we're not really. Probably just take Deshaun's Wayfinder, which does have Explore, but yeah. Deadeye Tormentor, I guess. There's not anything in here worth splashing. I mean, maybe Pious Interdiction, but we're probably not playing you. I don't know that I'm playing the Tormentor, but I think it's what we take. I really wish we could have ended up in a really controlling deck that was just splashing the Dryad instead of this sort of black-green good stuff deck. Even though I think this deck is sweet. Like a blue-black deck with a bunch of treasure would have been more fun. But green especially has proven to be so open, there's no reason to be splashing it. And black has been open enough. I don't really want to play a Deadeye Tormentor, I'm not going to lie to you. Fathom Fleet Border in a world where we don't have a ton of pirates is a little annoying, but could be worse. How many merfolk have we ended up with? We have our Artisan, our Swift Warden, our Pioneer, our Wayfinder. Yeah, we have plenty for Forerunner to thrive. Obviously, it would be better in a deck that's just like all about merfolk. Wow. Seems like we're really getting cut now. Herald of the Secret Streams is sweet, but not really going to do anything in our deck. But I tell you what, we're going to take it anyway. It's rare, so why not? Okay, Ixalan's Diviner's fine. It's a nice defensive card too. Which in the end, maybe we also end up playing Gleaming Barrier for that reason. Here's some black cards, but one of them really likes pirates, one of them really likes vampires, and one of them's a 6-drop. Which is probably what we end up taking, actually. We don't have anywhere near enough vampires or pirates. Would I rather have a spike-tailed Ceratops than a Queen's Agent, though? Kind of having to fight for our last few playables. Maybe I would rather have the Ceratops. Yeah. I mean, we can easily throw like Canal Monitor or Deadeye Tormentor into our deck. Another Whiptail, though. I think we have enough 2s to be okay. I like Whiptail. It blocks really well. We want to get to where we can cast the Immortal Sun or Tendershoot Dryad consistently, basically. Or Journey to Eternity, for that matter, because it really... It's a little clunky, you know, the mana it asks for you to use to start bringing creatures back might be a lot, but man, it can really do some stuff. I mean, just bringing back, in the late game, if you're just top decking nothing, you still get to bring back the best creature from your graveyard into the battlefield every turn at instant speed. So, you know, we'll take a Primal Amulet, sure. Why not? That Chupacabra came back. We don't have enough Explore, sadly. Wow. Those are both good pirates. Hence the wow. I think we probably want 17 lands. We didn't end up with any ramp except the Immortal Sun, which makes everything cost cheaper, but it costs 6 mana itself. So we need to cut one thing. I think Queen's Agent's on the chopping block. His Ruthless Knave / Fathom Fleet Border. Maybe. We do have enough dinosaurs that occasionally Cherished Hatchling might do something. I think it's probably just Queen's Agent. Lower our curve a little, and it's not the best. You know, it's a 6 mana 4/4 lifelink. And that's certainly not amazing, especially in a deck that doesn't have vampire synergies. So I think this is our deck. It's definitely almost mono green. but has some good black removal in it, basically, and a few random black creatures. We can think about running 2 Traveler's Amulets. We could basically play 1 less land if we do that, but that still means we have to cut an additional card. I don't think it's worth it. 12-5 is not where we want to be. I think more like 10-7's good. We do need double black for Impale, but we need double green earlier in the game. All right, black green. I do enjoy this color pair. Not having jungle creepers makes me a little sad, but I do enjoy this color pair. So I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, we're going into the first match. This is a pretty good hand. We have 2-drop guy who draws us a card, 3-drop, and we have our big bomb. Opponent starting with a Sky March Aspirant is a little obnoxious, but at least Dusk Legion Zealot can trade for it before it gets flying, theoretically. So definitely, well, thought that would be something a little scarier, but it is another vampire, so yeah, definitely a vampire deck. Alright, so we'll play Dusk Legion Zealot. And we'll end our turn. Probably play the Pioneer next because it sets up a couple bodies for us. We definitely try to block and kill the Aspirant if our opponent just attacks here. No, they're not going to. I mean, they are, but we can't block it. So we're going to be taking 5 here. Yeah, they got a good vampire deck. Voracious Vampire, just being able to curve into him can be pretty devastating. So we'll go to 12. That's a lot of swamps in a row. We'll play Jungleborn Pioneer, since 2 bodies right here is very good at trying to stem the bleeding. And we'll end our turn. They're still not especially close to ascending, so now I think we'll probably just be fending, taking 2 from Voracious Vampire a turn, and we can handle that. Aw, crap. Okay. That's not good. Everybody attacks, huh? Why is your Menace guy not attacking? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we'll block here, and we'll take 3. Skullduggery. Oh, that would be devastating. Skullduggery right there. Oh, Impale. Do I have time to impale their lieutenant, or should I just play Ruthless Knave? I think I just play Ruthless Knave, since it can trade for this. We're going to be pretty low on life by the time we get to play the Immortal Sun, unfortunately. Don't play another one. My God. Okay. Double Legion Lieutenant is disgusting. I still, and you've heard me say it on my other videos, I still have not managed to draft either of the Lords and play a deck where I actually got to cast them, which is pretty crazy considering how many times I've drafted. So we're going to Impale. I think we're probably still kind of in trouble. Play a land. Yeah, we need a faster start. Do we have a Gleaming Barrier in our sideboard? We could use one of those. Yeah, the Immortal Sun's going to be just a hair too late. Like, if we had a few more life, we might be able to survive, but we don't. So we got to block. If we double block there, we lose both our creatures. So, whoops. So we do block there. Blistering Fast, when you can get the Double Legion Lieutenant out there, is pretty devastating. Arterial Flow for the win. Okay. No reason to show him anything else. Yeah, that didn't go super well. Sideboard, can you help me? Gleaming Barrier? No? Yes, Gleaming Barrier. Yeah. Deadeye Tormentor's not bad. I mean, we definitely have creatures who, if we can get them into play, they can just block better, and we didn't... Like an early Ixalan's Diviner. No, that's about it, honestly. That's on turn 2. But we had our Pioneer, and it just wasn't enough. Do we just cut Journey to Eternity because it's too cute here? Like, tapping out and not affecting the board seems dangerous, but it does make it so a creature can trade and then just come right back, so it's not like it doesn't do anything. Maybe we cut the Artisan. Yeah. Bring in that barrier and hope it can do something to keep us from dying so quickly. Well, that's not a good start. We're going to mulligan. Wow. Well, okay, here's our keep. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Obviously, we need black at some point, but we definitely need more spells if we want to have any hope here against a deck this fast that kept their full hand. This seems familiar already. Hey, we drew a swamp anyway. Are they just going to curve out disgustingly again and run us over? It's entirely possible. Yeah, I'd say we block. Then we play Dusk Legion Zealot. All right. We're not doing too bad. All things considered. Oh boy. So we're gonna take 2. Interesting. I think I play the Diviner, since it can block things. If it hits a land, I'm pretty happy because it means we can play our Herd Caller next turn. And that makes a pretty significant difference. The Herd Caller, unless they play another Legion Lieutenant, in which case I'm going to gouge my eyes out. Not really, but might as well. Raptor Companion, okay. Skittering Heartstopper. All right. I wish I had a trick to really get them here, but I don't. We'll block. Okay, I play Crested Herd Caller. Will that stem the tide for a little bit for us? I feel like it should. Glorifier, okay. Yes, no attacks. Glad to see it. Okay. I think I like the look of that because we can go Forerunner, who can trade with a lot of them. And what merfolk do we want on top of our library? We don't have a ton of options, but we have a few. I think Jungleborn Pioneer probably if we want to stall, right? And we'll end our turn. We can play Pioneer and Knave next turn. This will become a 4/3. Famished Paladin joins the party. Okay. All right, well, see if they have some way to pump their whole team or something like that. We're going to block here, trade here, and take 5. Drops us to 8. So, yeah, so this is going to give it +2/+2 even. When we go Jungleborn Pioneer. Into Ruthless Knave. We're trying to stabilize here. What we really need is a way to kill that Legion Lieutenant. If we can draw our oh, that's not a good sign. That probably means they have a way to pump their whole team. That said, I think we try. I'm going to block with this because if you can pump +1/+1, at least I still get to kill it. And so we'll take 5 here. Well, I guess I can do this too. Yeah. Take 4. I can't imagine things are going to go the way we want them to here, though. If it's just a moment of triumph, then I feel pretty okay about how this goes. I mean, they do keep their Vampire Lord, but all things considered, that could have gone a lot worse. Ooh. We end our turn. We can make this a 6/5 at instant speed. That's... And give it hexproof for what that's worth. Try to kill it. Try to kill it. Oh. We're just like... In both games, I think we were very close to stabilizing, and then things got away from us. Closer this time, certainly. I guess I can declare the blocks first. Ah, what the hell. I want to be able to block the vampire token with my Swift Warden. So we can go like this. Yeah, we might stabilize. We might do it. We have to pass this turn, though. We need to draw one of our big monsters, which we don't have a ton of, or, well, Tendershoot Dryad would work. Not exactly a monster, but it would work. Crap. Okay, you're 4/4. Sure. So we have to double block it, obviously. My Forerunner and my Ixalan's Diviner are going to block it. Ooh, there it is. Whew. Drew one of our bombs. That's what we needed to do. If it can stay alive, we're going to be thrilled. We're going to end our turn. We get a 2/2 sap, 3/3 sapling, actually, on their turn. Can we turn the corner? I think the answer is maybe. We're going to have to build a sapling army. Here comes another. I'm still a little too concerned to attack. Well, actually, no, I'm not, because I get back. I'm going to get a sapling on their turn, too. So let's get in there with one. I mean, I'm sure they just take it. They're at 35. Keep the saplings coming, Tendershoe Dryad. That puts me at 2. We don't have any ways to gain life. If they have more than one arterial flow, that's something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm going to play this Wayfinder. Do we really want Journey to Eternity right now? I mean, I guess putting it on my Tendershoe Dryad is pretty devastating, so sure. Yeah, okay. 3, 6, 8. So I think I attack with a sapling, 2 saplings now. At some point we'll be able to overwhelm them. At some point. Arterial flow number 2. No. No. That's devastating. When you're like, we were on the path to victory clearly here, and our opponent had the double arterial flow to kill us. Can you believe that? I'm gonna draw Journey to Eternity. Wouldn't have been able to play him. That wouldn't have been good. But we're gonna get a sapling every turn. I mean, clearly our deck's pretty good. We managed to get to the late game against an incredibly fast deck. Tendershoe Dryad was taking over, and we lost to double arterial flow. So hopefully we do a little better in the next match. All right, going to the second match. We have a hand we need to mulligan. This one's not great, but I feel like we kind of need to keep it. I think we keep the land on top because we really need to get to 4. We do not want our opponent to have a very fast start, or we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, they're going to take Hunt the Weak away from us. Okay, another 4-drop. That's what we needed. Man, this deck had so much promise. And we're still not out of it, but after that devastating Game 2 loss. Arterial flow. Match 2 loss, I should say. Well, I don't mind them playing Pillar of Origins there. I mean, they're probably also going to play a Pirate. Maybe not. That gives me a little more time. Okay, we got our 4th land at least, so we can play our Whiptail, who will stop the freebooter from attacking us. I wonder if they have Admiral Beckett Brass or something. They're splashing red for a pirate, I'm guessing. Looks like Beckett Brass to me. No, just a neck breaker. No big deal. Not as scary as Beckett Brass anyway. Okay. Thanks 3-drop showing up when you did. Play Whiptail number 1. Thing is, they know we have Tendershoe Dryads, so they're probably going to be somewhat conservative about drop playing removal, but maybe not. Like a bounce spell would be pretty devastating. Double Pillar of Origins. It's going deep. Get our Hunt the Weak back if we kill the freebooter too, so that is no small thing. I don't know that I want to play the Dryad right away. Just because if my opponent has removal, you know, I think we can hold off on it and just play another Whiptail for now. Faking Skullduggery. Of course, they know most of the cards in our hand, but we'll just play another Whiptail. In the turn, try to lock down the ground until we feel comfortable about playing Tendershoot. All right, they're doing something. Flashing a pirate in? Oh yeah, dude. That's gonna hurt. Dreamcaller Siren. Okay, so we're gonna take 5, 8. No more than that. 5, 10. Wow. We're gonna take a lot. 5, 10. Wow. 13. So we go to 3. We don't have the double for Impale. I think we just play Tendershoot Dryad. Making a Saproling who can block this is pretty good. So we're going to play Tendershoot here. It's better than our other options. Gives us an extra body who can block. Of course, I can't. Maybe I should have played a body who can just straight up trade. Like Ruthless Knave could. Do you have another Dreamcaller Siren? Ah, no. Just a Sailor of Means. Sigh of relief. But they're doing something with it right away. Bombarding one, and that means I'm dead. Damn. that was another fast one. We don't have Plummet in our sideboard. We do have Naturalize, but okay. Would like to play first. Another not so good hand. Right, this one's better, especially if we have a swamp somewhere. We do. So I think we put that on top. We'll have Moment of Craving early, unless they take it out of our hand. With a freebooter, which is possible. And we'll actually play a 3-drop this game in Ruthless Knave. Shipwreck Looter. Do we just Moment of Craving that and move on with our lives? I don't think so. I think we are fine with it. Yeah, our Ruthless Knave can't block it or anything, but that's okay. I mean, it can block it, but he won't be, is what I mean to say. We'll take 2. Hey, there's the Immortal Sun. So let's attack with our Ruthless Knave. See what happens there. Play our big Whiptail. We got 2 good removal spells in our hand. This time if he plays a freebooter, he can't take them both. So that's good. He could actually take the Immortal Sun. All right, Impale. Sure. There's our Impale, but I don't think we're going to use it. We could just use Moment of Craving now. But I think holding off and using it at instant speed is probably worth it. In case you try to put an aura on him or something. So we're just going to attack here. We could hunt the weak here too, but we're just going to attack here, leave mana up, so that we can interact with whatever our opponent's trying to do over there. Take another 2. Dead-Eye Rig Hauler, okay. I think we'll probably Moment of Craving it. There's our 5th land. So we're getting close to getting the Immortal Sun online. Replay our Ruthless Knave. I guess they're just missing red mana and that's really hurting them. It's the only thing I can think. That's what it looks like. I wonder if they have a counter spell. Let's attack first, see if we can coax out something. Because if they have a counter spell for our Immortal Sun. So we could get in for one more if we play Immortal Sun now. But I think we really want to see if they have something that can make me feel more confident about playing the Immortal Sun. We're still going to play it, don't worry. But let's see if they have a counter spell. They just have so many cards in their hand. Wow, they don't. All right, so if we're allowed to untap with the Immortal Sun in play, we're in great shape. Dinosaur Hunter, okay. All right. There it is. Additional card. Okay, so we're going to attack with our Ruthless Knave, who is jacked now. Then we're going to play Crested Herdcaller, who obviously with the 2 bodies is going to be pretty nice. Okay, yep. Moment of Craving. Will we let that happen? But the Herdcaller should... Spells cost me 1 less to cast, so it actually only costs 4. And we get to go Herdcaller. That's crazy. So 2 4/4s. We could Impale or Hunt the Weak, but I think we hold on to those for if other issues arise. Okay, they have red mana now, so maybe they bombard one of these. No, they have a Stormfleet Sprinter. That's something we're going to have to kill, obviously. Because it can actually keep attacking us through all of this. Ooh, Dreadmaw. Okay, so we're going to attack with both our 4/4s. Gonna play Tishana's Wayfinder. Oh, will only cost 2, by the way. And then I'm gonna Hunt the Weak. This. All right. think we're pretty hard to beat right now. Still have an Impale and a Dreadmaw in our hand. Taking damage from 2 of these is lethal, and we have Impale to help if their opponent plays a second blocker, get a blocker out of the way and swing for lethal. Not to mention the 2 cards we might draw. Oh, what? This is a joke, right? Right? Our opponent's not about to play Tetsamok. Oh my god. The good news is they can only kill 2 of my creatures, and then I can Impale Tetsamok, but... Oh. We get to keep this. We are going to take 2 this turn. Bye-bye, guys. We go to 8. Draw another card. Impale. Attack for 4. And then play Colossal Dreadmaw. And then play Ixalan's Diviner. Can they still... We dealt with Tetsamok, okay. God, our opponent has Tetsamok. It's not a good thing to know. We don't have any of the good discard spells that can get rid of him either. Maybe we'll want to bring in Deadeye Tormentor. I mean, he can only do it if Tetsamok's the only card in their hand, but that does happen. I don't have, like, the look at your opponent's hand and make them discard a card thing that I would like to have. Maybe I cut Ruthless... Yeah, I'll cut the Ruthless Knave for him. It's not good. Oh. This is a solid hand, but again, not one that has a lot of low drops in it. Man. Might lose to Tetsamok here in the second match. They don't have anything they can hit, which is kind of a good thing, but kind of not. Okay, we probably play the Wayfinder next just because we'd like to hit... So, probably doesn't matter that much. Pillar's back. Okay, the Wayfinder is more likely to help me trigger Deadeye Tormentor, I guess. So let's go with the Wayfinder. Yeah, we'll leave you on top. Question is whether it's going to be better to play Jadecraft Artisan or Deadeye Tormentor next turn. Depends what our opponent does. We can try to hold on to the Tormentor, especially if they start putting prey counters on things. See, the thing I don't like about this card is it can only add mana for the creature spells. If your deck's mostly creature spells, it's fine, but I don't ever run it because of... yeah, that's annoying. Because of how awkward it can make your other spells. Okay. Green would have been good there, but Can't have everything. I think I attack with Wayfinder and play Deadeye Tormentor. Just to go after the card in his hand. I could play Jungleborn Pioneer instead, but maybe that's just better. It probably is just better. Let's do it. We need an additional green really badly. But we can play Tendershoot Dryad soon, which will hopefully put pressure on our opponent. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we'll get the City's Blessing during their turn, basically. Sprinter. That is really not good. It can hit us for 4 a turn, while this is hitting us for 3 in the air. So we're on like a... Oh, wow. They must have a pump spell. Or else they're insane. I'm guessing they have a pump spell. But this is a situation where we basically have to make them play it. Yeah, there it is. Skullduggery. Go to 9. Green mana. Green mana. Okay. Now we play Grazing Whiptail instead. And we end our turn because we can't really attack. We need one of our kill spells to kill this Sprinter, and we need it bad. This has worked pretty well for our opponent, but for example, right now if they have Impale in their hand, they can't cast it. And that's pretty annoying. All right, so we go to 5. What can we draw? This was a fun draft. I mean, we got to take over a game with Tendershoot Dryad, even though we didn't end it in the end. And we got to take over a game with the Sun, whatever, Majigger thing. And we did actually win that one, at least. But it's looking like we may just go 0-2. Despite cards like Tendershoot Dryad. This unblockable, these two together is gross. It's just gross. Okay. Not a kill spell, but I think we can survive for a turn thanks to Tendershoot Dryad. This will hit us and drop us to 1. But we'll get 1 Saproling. We'll have blockers for the other creatures. If they just have a Bombard or something. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the number of gold pirates they got, I think I'm on board with playing Pillar of Origins when you do that. But yeah, that is disgusting. We lost to some nut draws, which were a little frustrating, but our deck was fun. I think it was solid. There you are, Vanquish the Weak. You know, we had 2 bombs in it, and they both did take over games, but it didn't translate to more than you know, a little bit of dominance for either part of a game or actually even winning one in one case. But it's definitely a fun draft and a fun deck. So see you guys in the next draft video, and hopefully I won't go 0-2.